I'm here. Hi.
Are you there? Are you there? Oh,
Hi,
fantastic.
Lulenka. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you. I was worried that you weren't there. Okay, fantastic. Okay, welcome, Gergely. Gergely is from Hungary with more than 20 years experience in marketing. He mainly worked in IT and mostly in international environments, but they also work on small enterprises as well as multinational companies. He helps people to understand why a product can be beneficial to them. And it's enough with convincing. I think I want to hand over to Gergely, tell you more. Can we get Gergely to do a share screen? Gergely, you want to share?
Yes, okay. I start sharing screen now. Okay, can you see my
Gergely,
screen?
can you make a full screen for us? Can you make a screen share? Because we're seeing
I share my screen. Can you see it now?
Yes, Gergely, we are able to see it.
Well, we see your
Okay, you can see.
PowerPoint, we don't see the slideshow.
Yes, it's a PowerPoint slideshow, yes.
We're not seeing the slideshow.
Okay, so can I start? Sorry.
You just need to switch.
You just have to click on the slideshow button, Gergely, so then this will start.
Sorry, I don't understand you.
You need to click on slideshow.
Yes, I clicked on it.
We need to set a full screen for your slide. Make your slide to be full screen.
Now it is full screen on my computer.
I think it should be
maybe you go ahead like this, otherwise
yeah,
we're not seeing you're not on the right screen for the slide share, but we can see the main screen that you were seeing as well.
I can quickly share.
Sorry, I'm looking for the settings now.
Click on F5.
In fact, you need to unshare the screen and then restart screen share.
Okay.
And when you select screen share, just select the screen where you see only the main slide.
Yes, because when I share it, okay, just a second try now.
Well, let me just share for you.
Okay, Lulenka, please. Okay, thank you.
You got it.
Okay,
perfect.
okay.
This is great now.
Perfect. Continue. Oh. Sorry.
Yes, sorry, it's my fault. I could not find how to share it properly. I rarely use Zoom, in fact. Okay, here we are.
Happy.
Great. Okay. So thank you very much for the opportunity that I can tell you a few words about myplan.cloud. This software was started about 4 years ago. There was a Hungarian company, construction company, and they were looking for some softwares, construction softwares that they can use that can fulfill the everyday needs. And they were looking for some very simple software that is tailored for the everyday needs. But they could find only very complicated softwares, and these softwares could not be used properly, for all the participants of a construction. So finally, this construction company started to develop an own software. And that was a bit different. Okay, just go back, Lulenka, for the previous slide, please. Yes, so these are the daily challenges that we can hear, but that you can see now. That here are some questions that you can hear during the construction project, and these questions can reflect that there can be a big chaos on a construction. Just imagine there can be hundreds of plans or sometimes thousands of plans when there is a big construction, a complex construction. And there are questions that, are we working from the latest plan? because sometimes it's not sure that they are working from the latest plan. And just imagine when there is a group of people, a team that is working for 3 weeks from a wrong plan, what problems that there can be. Okay, the other one is whose approval are we waiting for? You know, many times it happens that there are approval processes with many participants, 10 or 15 or 20 participants, and there are very complex, complicated approval processes. And they don't know what they're waiting for. They don't know what are the files that are approved. So this is also a big problem on the construction. The third one is what are the current issues? You know, there are many issues and tasks during a construction project, and many times people don't see clearly that what is the current, what are the current issues, what is the status, is it fixed this problem or not, should we call them or not, is it proved by a picture or not, and so on. So these are daily problems, and that's why people and companies need a software. Okay, please, let's go to the next slide. What are the benefits of using myplan.cloud? Okay, let's go further. So maybe the first and most important for companies is cost savings. There are two ways how companies can do savings, can reduce their costs. The first one is to reduce the labor costs. You can imagine that people with high qualified people, engineers, leaders, for example, they do a lot of manual work during their working days, uploading files, downloading files, writing emails, making phone calls. And these are in fact unnecessary jobs that they do. When they start to use project management software, the amount of work reduces dramatically. And if they can spend their work with real work, then you can reduce your labor costs as a company. And it is very important for them, of course. The other one is that you can avoid misunderstandings. Everybody can see everything clearly. What are the latest plans? What are the issues? Everybody uses a central interface. Everybody sees the same files. And then they can reduce the misunderstandings, and finally they can reduce their extra work costs. You know, there are no extra works, fixing problems, rebuilding some parts of the building. There's no need for that, because they see everything clearly. What are the latest plans? Okay, let's go to the next slide, please. Here we can see that, for example, on a 100 million euro project, the average cost saving is 4.2 million euro savings. And it is a huge amount. You can imagine that if you use a software, the software can be so cheap compared to this average savings, that that's why companies start to use it. That's why it is worth to use it, because you can save a lot of money. These numbers are from experience. Okay, let's go to the next one, please. Legal protection. You know, there are situations, and it is very often at big constructions, that there are arguments, there are debates, there are disputes, that sometimes some companies try to avoid the liability. They say, okay, it is not our problem, we did not do anything that was problematic, or we did not receive that file, we didn't know this is the latest plan, and so on. But if you use a software, if you use myplan.cloud, everything is logged, everything is stored in the database. So everything is proven, that who uploaded these files, who saw these files, who finished this job, and so on. So it gives you, and in fact, it gives for all the participants, it gives a legal protection because there cannot be any disputes anymore. Okay, let's go to the next one, please. This is about the approval of plans. You know, some companies try to solve the approval processes in emails. They send emails to each other, and there are very complicated structure of communication. On the left side, you can see that when people communicate with each other, there can be a big mess, and there can be big misunderstandings. They are not sure that what is approved, what is not improved. That they don't know who are they waiting for. They don't know what is the next step, and so on. But on myplan.cloud, you know, you see a central interface. Everybody sees the same page, the same site. So there cannot be any misunderstandings. You can go to myplan.cloud, you can check where the approval processes are presently, and it is very, very easy to handle these complicated communications. Okay, the next one, please, Lulenka. It is a handy feature that you can see the pictures on the right side when workers start the work in the morning. Every morning, they can take their smartphone, they scan the QR code that is on the plan, and myplan.cloud shows them immediately if they are working from the latest plan or not. On the bottom picture, you can see that if you work from the latest plan, that it gives you a green sign. If you are not working from the latest plan, there is a newer version of the plan. It gives you a red page, a red color. So it can give a very exact and very simple feedback for the construction workers that don't work from this plan, because it's not the newest one, it's not the latest one. And you can avoid a lot of disputes, you can avoid a lot of extra works with it, because it's very easy. You know, it is very important for myplan.cloud that a software can work very easily, very well, when all the participants of a big construction project is involved, including those workers on the field who have no IT knowledge. In fact, they are not educated, they are not get used to how to use complicated softwares. That's why it is important to use a very, very simple surface, a very, very simple software that the workers can only use their smartphones, and with one clicking, you can reach all the data very easily. Okay, let's go to the next one, please. Here we can see that myplan.cloud provides reports about the project. So you can see the big picture, which is very important. You know, when you manage a big construction project, many times you dive into the deep details. You are engaged with the everyday jobs, and it is very difficult to see that, okay, what is the efficiency of the project? Where are we now? And that's why it is important to show the big picture for the leaders, managers, CEOs. It is very important for them that they don't want to go into deep details. Many times they are not interested in the details. They just want to see as a big picture, where is the project stuck? What are the most problematic companies, for example? Where should we put more focus? And these reports help them, because with one glance, you just scan these reports. It is just an example that we see now. There are many other reports. So you can go through them very quickly, and then you can get a quick report, a quick view that what is the status of the whole project. Okay, let's go to the next one, please. Here is the dashboard. This is the starting screen of the software. You can see it's very simple. It is very clear, and you can see that in the middle part there is a webcam integration possibility as well. So if you have a construction, of course you are interested in what's happening there now, and through myplan.cloud you can see the webcam that is set on the spot of the construction, and you can see the works with your eyes in real time. It is also possible to not set only one webcam, but several webcams, and then a leader, a manager, or a company owner, and so on, they can see the different sides, and they can see that, okay, how the work is progressing. And many times there is no need to go to the site, they just check it from the office. Okay, let's go to the next one, please. Pricing and return on investment. Here are two examples. For example, for 100 users, it is 800 euros, the monthly fee of the software. It is paid by project. And for 500 users, it is 3,000 euros. And on the right side, you can see a diagram that they can show that what is the fee of the software and what can be the savings that you can save with this software. And that's why companies are very open to it. When they try the software, they see that, okay, they can save a lot of money, and it is a good business decision to start to use it. Maybe it's funny to say that, but it is true that finally the software becomes a free software because you pay the fee from the savings. So compared to the beginning, there's no any cost of the software because the saving is much bigger. Okay, let's go to the next one, please. This is the last slide, and it shows that what is the target market of the software. Here are some examples that, for example, big construction companies, real estate companies, and public investment institutions. You know, every time when there are big constructions, the bigger construction is, the more money you can save with the software. And you know, there are many participants, and that's why you have to keep on focus that to manage the construction project itself. So if we are looking for new customers, these are the target market companies and institutions. Many times it is, you know, these are governmental investments when they build railways, bridges, factories, and so on. We have many experiences with myplan.cloud that they use it at big construction projects. So just to summarize all the things that I said, the main focus of the software is the simplicity, because that's when construction companies start to use it. If something is complicated, they don't want to use it. The other one is they can save money, they can get legal protection, and they can have a very clear and simple interface, a central interface, and that makes their life easier. So that's all. Thank you very much for your attention. And if you have any questions, I'm very happy to answer them.
Hi, Greg. Thank you for the lovely presentation.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah. So I have a few questions around this. The first one is basically, this, can we call it as a complete project management for the construction, right? So
yes.
And this is a SaaS-based product, that's what I understand. And what's your subscription fee?
Yes, as I said, for 100 users, for example, it is 800 euros. For 500 users, it is 3,000 euros per month.
Now, when you say number of users, how do you classify them as users?
There can be different kind of users, it depends on what is their role. So there can be users, for example, the administrator, there can be users from the company who uses the software. They can invite other participants, subcontractors, for example, to the software. So there are different roles, and we take all of them as users. So when there is a big construction, there can be hundreds of users with different roles, different opportunities.
So do you also install it as a separate installation instance in a private cloud or in a private server?
It is a cloud software, so it is a website. There is no need to download anything. There is no need for any installation. You have a registration, and you can get access to this website, and you can share it with anybody. So it is very similar to other cloud softwares, other cloud services. It is much easier. There are softwares that needs to be installed. There are software that needs training, for example. myplan.cloud doesn't need training, and myplan.cloud doesn't need any installation. It's again about simplicity. Again,
What about the GDPR compliant?
we also take into consideration everything is designed by lawyers. They looked through everything. They checked everything. There are we have some very sensitive clients, state companies, and of course they have a very strong focus on GDPR as well. So it is absolutely GDPR ready, this system.
Interesting. Casey, you also had a question for?
Yes, I have a question. What languages we can use through this application?
There are 15 languages presently, and it includes mainly the European languages, but there are other languages all over the world. I can send you a list if you are interested in the exact list. I can send you all these 15 languages. It is still very important.
If you can share the presentation, that presentation you present to us, plus some additional slide with the languages, and some information how it can be implemented. So what type of trainings, what type of support the company will have from the system provider.
Okay, of course. In fact, it doesn't need any long training. We have tutorial videos, and users can check that very easily. And of course, there is a support from us. So if something is not clear for them, we can support them, especially when they start to use the software. When it's the first time when they saw it, we help them to set up the project. We help them how to upload files. We can help in many things. And it is still important that you asked about the languages. myplan.cloud has an integrated and inbuilt translation program. So when you write something on a language, and maybe you don't speak, I don't know, Chinese, for example, or you don't speak Turkish, or you don't speak Ukrainian language, you type in on your language, and myplan.cloud translates it automatically. And it is important because many times there are many participants from many nations involved in one project. And maybe the plan designers are from the USA, maybe the workers are from Ukraine, maybe there are other ones from Turkey or from Germany, and they can work together in one project, and everybody can communicate with the other people. And just imagine a situation when you check your mobile phone, you are on the site, and you can send immediately a message to the workers, and they understand you. So the language is a very important focus in this software.
Thank you, Gergely. That has been most insightful, and I just want to bring your attention to it. I've updated the timestamp. It's under South Africa, and the myplan presentation that is just done is up on there. And then, of course, you can look at a brief 3-minute video. And Gergely, you know how to get to the opportunity sheet. If there's any more information, you can just let me have it, and I'll upload it for you.
Okay.
Thank you so
great.
much.
Thank you very much
Very,
for the
very
opportunity.
innovative product. Thank you. Any further
Okay,
questions?
thank you.
Last question for Gergely. Right, so then we are done. Thank you guys, and